2 days afterwards, I started real bad, and I was like, I needed to go. My eyes were irritated, my throat was closed up, chest was tight, couldn't breathe. I was coughing up gray stuff, and so I just had to go to the hospital. I said, what is this? And they quarantined me, and that's when everything went haywire and put me on the breathing machine and oxygen tank and everything. And they kept me in there for 4 hours to kind of keep an eye out on me. And it's still, I mean, even with all that, the steroids and this, it's still, you can hear it.
Yeah. Gosh.
Where was the hospital?
I would like to see justice done to these people, to the animals, to the people who have children who got to drink this water, got to live on this soil, and who may or may not be able to even live out their lives in their home.
Off 3 of my nieces, 2 of the 2 twins, Stella and Jenna, they both have chemical burns of their lungs. They just got diagnosed 2 days ago, and her sister as well. Her brother has high liver enzymes at this point, and all these are just and at first it just seemed like it was okay, and it's not like a lot of situations where immediately you feel the impacts of what you just inhaled or whatever virus you are carrying. This is just now starting to affect the people.
Let's take a look at some of your headlines here, and this is a big one. You know, people living in Ohio are concerned about the safety of their water 3 weeks after that dangerous train derailment there. Now the question is, should we be concerned too?
Now we've learned some of the contaminated water is coming to be transported here to the Houston area for disposal. Fox 26's Chelsea Edwards joins us in studio with what we know and how it could impact us.
Hey, yeah, Lena and Jose, it's been 20 days since the train derailment, and some East Palestine residents say they're still dealing with skin rashes and sore throats and have concerns about the long-term effects of environmental contamination. Now local residents here are asking, could they be dealing with the same thing? Several train cars in that derailment were carrying highly flammable vinyl chloride, which has been linked to liver, skin, and breast cancer. So to avoid an explosion, officials opted for a controlled burn of that gas. That firefighter water that was used to extinguish the fire was then collected to avoid any further contamination of the area. Now, a private company in Deer Park has been contracted to store and deliver that wastewater to be brought back to our county for disposal. Our county leaders say they are working to get more details about the contents of that waste and exactly how it will be brought here. Last night, Harris County Precinct 2 Commissioner Adrian Garcia issued a statement saying in part, quote, "We are aware of a Deer Park company being contracted to dispose of potentially. My office will closely monitor the situation to make sure people aren't put in any risk," end quote. One possible method of the disposal includes deep well injection. That involves drilling beneath drinking water supplies where the wastewater is pushed thousands of feet under multiple layers of rock into the ground. That's been used for decades to store CO2 and other hazardous waste materials. We'll be sure to update you on any additional information we get about this as it comes into our newsroom. Reporting live, Chelsea Edwards, Fox 26 News.
The derailment disaster in Ohio is already here in Deer Park. Here's a live look at the Texas molecular plant where the water is being stored and disposed of. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality told Fox 26 that Texas Molecular is authorized to accept and manage a variety of waste streams.
Well, Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo announced just last night that the wastewater has been here for a week. Chelsea Edwards joins us in studio. Chelsea, even the judge was surprised to learn this.
Yeah, Judge Hidalgo says she actually first found out about the wastewater coming here from a member of the press. And that isn't the only thing she says is concerning about this local tie to the Ohio disaster. While she doesn't want to cause panic, she says there are lots of unanswered questions. Texas Molecular, that's the Deer Park company that has been contracted to store and dispose of what is expected to be 2 million gallons of this water that was used to put out the fires in that trail derailment. Hidalgo found out from the company about 30 trucks per day have been bringing in that water since last Wednesday. Vinyl chloride, that's the carcinogen that was being carried on those rail cars, is expected to be in that wastewater, but at highly diluted levels. The disposal involves injecting it thousands of feet underground below our water reservoirs. Hidalgo says she's unclear why Harris County was selected for this disposal, but has learned only 10 injection sites in the country accept this type of hazardous waste. There is no requirement that Texas Molecular notify the county about the disposal, but Hidalgo says aside from the lack of communication, there are also concerns about how that water has been getting here.
We need to know what precautions are being taken as those materials are transported, be it by rail or be it by truck. What precautions are being taken at the site of the well? The last thing I want is for our community, or one of the many, many communities between Ohio and Harris County, Texas, to be the next place where there is an accident with materials from this derailment.
We also still don't know the exact composition of the wastewater being brought here. Texas Molecular did tell the county judge that it will provide a full list. We're now reporting live in the studio, Chelsea Edwards, Fox 26 News.